Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting here in just a minute. To get started, we want to start with a question. Governor Shapiro's first budget proposal earmarked how much money for Pennsylvania First? It is PA's lead program for job creation and retention. So take a minute to think about that as others join, and then we'll get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to PennTap webinar. So did you guess how much correctly? The answer is $33 million was earmarked for Pennsylvania First. A few housekeeping tips and suggestions before we get started. All attendees are automatically muted with their cameras turned off. Attendees can submit questions at any time using the question and answer button. Our presenters will field questions at the end of the presentation. Follow-up questions can be sent via email to pentap@psu.edu. This webinar is being recorded and we will be available on our website under the events page. Attendees will receive a follow-up email with a link to this recorded webinar, in addition to a PDF of our slides so that you'll have the links available. I would like to take a moment to introduce today's presenters. Joining me today are Joe Donahue and Sarah Krupp from Penn State Career Services. Sarah and Joe are employer engagement and career specialists with Penn State. Sarah covers the western region of the state, and Joe covers the eastern region. Jennifer Sklodowski, is the Southern Alleghenies Planning and Development Commission Director. She's the Director of Workforce Development. My name is Amy Jordan. I'm a technical advisor with Pennsylvania's Technical Assistance Program at Penn State. Today, we are going to share resources to help you find the right team member through a strong university-wide career services center with specialized college-supported career offices, workforce development through industry-specific learning across Pennsylvania, and finally, how you can engage with undergraduate and graduate students through internships and classroom projects to get projects completed at your company for low to no cost. So let's jump right in. Joe, you want to go ahead and get started?
Thanks, Amy, and thank everyone for their time today. This is kind of like a holiday for me, the NCAA tournament. So I'm a big basketball fan. So I look forward to the next couple of weeks of games. But I just want to thank everyone again for attending today. Give us the opportunity to share what Sarah and I do, for Penn State University and the Commonwealth campuses. Could you go to the next slide? We have a small but mighty team. Sarah and I report out of University Park, but we assist with the 20 Commonwealth campuses. We have an associate director that we report to, Sue Chappell, and we also have a staff assistant, Emily Eckley, who's great at kind of maintaining some of our budgeting things like that, and some of our day-to-day operations out of the office. Next slide, please. This is our mission, to innovate, collaborate, and advocate. Again, we really want to foster a community of learning and really be innovative and collaborative within career services to be inclusive and strategic in terms of employer engagement and recruitment across the 20 Commonwealth campuses that we serve. Our goal is to build and maximize relationships within the PSU network but really develop relationships with employers to benefit our campus, career services colleagues, but in the end, really work with those students to find opportunities in terms of internship, full-time employment, but also be a service to those employers, get to know their needs, their wants, their desires, and then partner them with campuses that have specific majors and things like that so they can move forward in that manner. Next slide, please. As you can see, this map is very busy, but it does break down the Eastern region and the Western region. You can see the Eastern region in yellow. Those are the campuses that I cover. The Western region is a little bit more vast, and Sarah does cover the Harrisburg campus as well. Now, again, we're broken into regions, but we do work very closely. We do a lot of meetings with employers together so we can kind of take that information and then disperse as needed. Our campus locations, again, all throughout the state, 20 Commonwealth campuses. In terms of those campuses, they are very different in terms of size and staffing. The campus, like a Harrisburg campus has thousands of students, where you might go into a smaller campus in Northeast PA that has hundreds of students. So that's just something to take into consideration when we might be partnering on different projects. Also, staffing sizes definitely fluctuate. We might have a campus that has 5 career services staff, and we might have a campus that has a career services person with a dual role, and maybe they're covering academic advising as well. Each of the campuses have varying programs, and they're dependent on the needs within that campus. But those are areas that Sarah and I can be very helpful when identifying potential partners. We work with these campuses. We have an idea of what they're doing internally, and we could help assist in programming as needed. Each of the campuses have 2+2 programming. So any students that maybe start at a Commonwealth campus, have the opportunity to finish at University Park. But again, our campuses also have 4-year degrees. So say you're a business student at the Penn State Hazleton campus, you could complete your 4-year degree there and then live and work within that community. Again, we're always looking to build programs, build internship opportunities and find those opportunities for full-time employment. Next slide, please. I'll kind of hit on my information, then Sarah will take over. Again, this is just the service area that I'm working in. I work with a variety of campuses. They're all very different, and I'm always trying to find opportunities to find various ways to partner. Again, Sarah and I work together very closely, but again, we're just trying to kind of really maximize those relationships and put individuals in situations where they're going to be successful. I think it's on to you, Sarah.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you so much for your time. My name is Sarah Krupp, and I am in the Western region, as Joe said. I am physically based out of the Pittsburgh Energy Innovation Center, but then cover my territory with these campuses. Joe and I do work closely together, and like he mentioned, I think even if you're trying to make inroads at places that do not fall under our purview, we're happy to help make those connections as well. We all work closely together, but that's the biggest thing. So this is my contact information. Please feel free to reach out at any point, especially if you're in these service areas. Next slide, please. So the biggest thing that we wanted to let you know, I think, is just ways that you can connect and ways that we can partner and assist you a little bit more concretely. Certainly the strategic outreach and connections based off of your geographic region, your goals in terms of what you're looking to hire from, and really facilitating those introductions to the campus career contacts. We would love to be able to help facilitate that. I know Penn State is a large system, and so sometimes it's a little daunting to try to figure out who to connect with. And so Joe and I can really take that guesswork out and help facilitate that and get you pointed in the right direction. And then ultimately connect you with the talent that lives at the Penn State Commonwealth campuses. So again, whether it's the 2-2 students that are moving on to most of the time University Park, but sometimes some of our other larger campuses that are offering more 4-year degree programs, or they are staying at their Commonwealth campus to complete the four-year degree that's offered there. And it does vary. So we can also take the guesswork out as well too, to let you know what campuses offer what, so that you're not trying to search for that. The other big thing is our Nittany Lion Careers platform. And so this is the single best way to promote any open positions that you have. Internships, part-time positions, full-time positions, both early career, entry level, because that is seen by all Penn State, anybody in the Penn State system. So current students, recent grads, but also alumni as well too. The Alumni Career Services does pull down from Nittany Lion Careers. So if you have some of those upper level positions as well too, Nittany Lion Careers is the single best place to post your openings. And then Joe and I can be an additional layer of resource. So once you've posted in Nittany Lion Careers and you want a more targeted, maybe geographic connection, you can share those positions with Joe and I, and we can share those out with our internal channels too, that we have are through the Help Wanted section that we have kind of in our intranet that is just for our Commonwealth campuses. We have some listservs. Certainly we're in contact regularly with our campus career contacts, who then share those types of more timely positions with their internship coordinators, with their students. So just kind of getting it out a little bit more. Additionally, Joe and I do bi-weekly job reports that actually pull down from Nittany Lion Careers and put them into regions. So our Erie campus is getting the jobs that are posting within, I think Joe can correct me, but it's within a 50-mile radius of campus. So they're getting ones that are just in that geographic area that they can share with their students, but they do have access to all the other ones that we send out bi-weekly.
Yeah, correct. I think, sorry, Sarah, I think it is a 30 to 50-mile radius. And then, but again, all those positions are posted throughout the state as well for all the campuses.
Yep, to see. So if you have somebody maybe that a career service person that is in Philadelphia, but they're working with a student that is looking to relocate to Pittsburgh area or even up to that Erie area, everybody has access to those bi-weekly job reports, just to highlight what's in there. And then lastly, Joe and I can also be an additional resource in letting you know about upcoming events that are happening at our campus locations. And so again, like Joe mentioned, our campuses are all different in the degree programs that they offer, the size, obviously the location, but as well the types of events that they're hosting. So some of them are able to offer larger career fairs or career expos where it's that more traditional, you set up a table and then you're talking to students who are coming, to smaller networking events like etiquette dinners, mock interviewing, mock networking events, class visits, even how you could engage with student groups on campus as well too. So we can help you navigate that as well, depending on what your needs and your interests are. And again, what the campus is willing to help facilitate as well too. So if we have your contact information, it's always helpful because we can put you on our list to let you know about things that are coming up in the future. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, and these are just some of a sample of ways that we can partner engage, things that we are currently doing on our campuses. Again, it varies based off of location and things that are going on. But the career fairs and expos, lots of opportunity for engagement, which Joe and I are finding, and I think the campuses are finding too, for these smaller networking events that are happening, you can have some really good intentional conversations with the students, especially as early as their first and second year, to really let them know about the opportunities that are available, having more of that informal recruiting process that's happening. And so we get excited about those as well too. Lots of industry and professional panels that are happening, speaker series, which is also another great way for students to learn about not only career paths, but also career opportunities, and also helping them to create that awareness of what they need to do in order to get the experiences that are going to help them to be a strong candidate for the internships or the entry-level position once they are matriculating through their degree program. And we find that is, my background's in academic advising, so this part I absolutely love because I think it's so crucial to their career development and helping them along the ways with building their competencies. So it really complements what they're learning in the classroom. But hearing it from somebody like yourself that's in industry just always adds such a nice complement to what they're learning in the classroom and maybe doing on the outside as well too. So lots of just different ways. For alumni connections, we wanted to point out 3 resources that could be available if you yourself are a Penn State alumni. We have the Lion Link projects, which is for Penn State alumni to share, maybe you have a need for to create some type of social media or a new flyer, some type of marketing. You can sign up through Lion Link projects for the one-time project that the students can bid on to help build their portfolio and also connect with your company and your organization. So it's another great way for them to kind of get their foot in the door, kind of test the waters, just kind of be introduced to what you all do. The Lion Link Mentor Program is also a great way to connect with students, but in that more mentoring role, intentional conversations that you're having. And then lastly, the Penn State Alumni Association LinkedIn group. This is a great way that you can share more about your company or organization and give obviously alumni, early career or anywhere along the path, some information for what you might be hiring for so that they can have those conversations with you moving forward. And I think the next slide, please. And then these are just some links that we wanted to share. So I know since they'll be going out to you after, you'll have access to this. Joe and I can certainly send these to you as well. And we've got some other resources available. If you're not seeing something on here and you're curious about something else, please reach out and we will find that information for you to get you plugged in where you need to be in the Penn State system. But these are just a handful of quick links that we wanted to make sure that everybody had. Pointing out too that we do have an internship guide for employers. So if you're looking to build an internship program, we really have a how-to guide set up for you with some ideas and best practices. Same with the recruiting guidelines and policies. And then links to the Lion Link projects, mentoring program, and the Alumni Association LinkedIn group as well too. And that could be even if you yourself are not a Penn State alumni, but you have somebody in your organization who is, they can certainly post through that group. And then the engineering degrees and locations. Joe and I rely heavily on this cheat sheet that actually the College of Engineering put together, but it's a great resource because it shows you where all the degree programs are offered, both 4-year, 2-year, and also the certifications where those locations are to help you get plugged in even further. And I think our next slide is our last slide. So really, we just wanted to share our contact information, a little snapshot of what we do, and then we hope that we'll hear from some of you so that we can continue conversations and see best ways to assist you and get you connected with our Penn State students.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarah and Joe, for sharing that information and the links. They'll be very useful. I know there's already one that I'm going to be clicking on whenever we're finished. Now I'd like to turn things over to Jennifer Sklodowski from Southern Alleghenies Workforce Development Board.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much to Amy for allowing me to participate on this call today. I am Jennifer Sklodowski. I am the new Director of Workforce Development for the Southern Alleghenies region. I've been in this position little more than a month into this position. So I'm very new to this. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if I cannot answer those questions, I can point you in the direction of someone that can. Today, I'm here to present regarding ways that you can grow and maintain not only your personal skills, but your workforce skills if you are an employer. Let me begin by outlining the Southern Alleghenies Workforce Development Services. So next slide. I'm part of the Southern Alleghenies Planning and Development Commission, and these services through the Workforce Development Board are through a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania-wide system under the supervision of the Department of Labor and Industry. Our board is the public-private membership body, which is appointed by the region's local elected officials and charged with determining workforce services most appropriate for the region. There are 23 different workforce regions in the state of Pennsylvania. All client services that are provided under subcontractors with community-based providers operate in our region's Pennsylvania Career Link offices. Next slide. Our PA Career Link offices for the Southern Alleghenies region are in Bedford, Blair, Cambria, Fulton, Huntington, and Somerset. They are one-stop centers where both individuals and employers may access services. We have a wide variety of services in each of those career links. We have a business services team, career services, and training services available. We fall under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, which means that we can have participants who are adults and dislocated workers, as well as youth. Youth is defined under the WIOA Act as individuals that are between the ages of 18 and 24. And we also serve in-school youth through a business education partnership grant, and actually, which we just completed a request for proposal for our 7th business education partnership grant. So that helps kids in schools with vocational needs and what they're looking to do and how we can assist them once they leave school and fall into that youth, the 18 to 24 mark. Next slide. We also offer on-the-job training to WIOA eligible participants who are seeking employment and who needs or can benefit from additional skill training. This is all guided by their PA Career Link career planner and the appropriate staff. The region's employers can use the PA Career Link system as a job listing. So any positions that you have open, you can work with the employment services and they will list your positions. Next slide. The basics of our on-the-job training, our OJT, is centered around employers teaming with the PA Career Link's business services staff. They seek workers who are matched with WIOA eligibility. On day 1 of this job, the participant is a full-time and permanent employee with all the rights and benefits of other workers in similar positions within that company. The training plan developed for the participant is developed right with the Career Link planner and the business services coordinator. They work closely with employers and they can participate for up to 960 hours, which works out to be around relatively 6 months. Next slide. The wages and reimbursement for OJT as you can see on this screen, your employer is reimbursed for up to 50% of the hourly wage for the number of hours in the training plan and set to the following scale. So if we have a youth who is 18 to 24, it's equal to or greater than $10 an hour and less than $11 an hour, which is a 40% reimbursement. With a youth equal to greater than $11 an hour, 50% reimbursement. Our adult in DW is equal to or greater than $13.80 an hour and less than $14.37 an hour, which is also a 40% reimbursement. Or they can do an adult DW, which is equal to or greater than $14.37 an hour with a 50% reimbursement. Next slide. Our career links are designed to help Bedford, Blair, Cambria, Fulton, Huntington, and Somerset counties build a workforce ecosystem that supports positive economic development. Job seekers can explore career pathways, view local job postings, they can register for free online learning and receive workforce services. Employers can also search for qualified candidates, post jobs, and receive in-depth consulting to address and hiring and training needs. So we have here to the left, Skill Up Southern Alleghenies, which is a branch off of metrics that we currently have through the Career Link system. And it is also entitled Skill Up PA. You have to be a member of the Career Link, so you have to be a participant. You have to register with them, and then they will also sign you up for the Skill Up Pennsylvania and the Skill Up Southern Alleghenies. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that. Next slide. The Skill Up Southern Alleghenies and the Skill Up PA assist employers and individuals looking for different training opportunities. And I picked some, there's tons of different online trainings that you can either do yourself, you can have your employees register through the Career Link and be able to complete these trainings, and they receive a certificate at the end. These trainings are all free to the public, and all you have to do is, again, register with the Pennsylvania Career Link. We have essential skills for the workplace, which is working with difficult people. So there's 3 courses in that. Team skills, which gives you effective team communication. That one takes about 31 minutes. Time management, which is entitled Ready, Set, Focus, is around 32-minute completion. They also have communications, which is mastering active listening in the workplace, business etiquette, team building skills, active listening skills for professionals. A very important one that I find extremely important is time management. Make the time that you need and get organized, which lasts about 28 minutes. And the other time management is too much to do and too little time, which is 32 minutes. And this is just a brief example of the different things on this matrix that you're not only you are able to go in and go through the trainings and receive a certificate, but also any employers that have employees that would like to, brush up on anything. This is available for free through the Career Link. Next slide. We also have some general technical business skills. So they do email essentials, Microsoft Outlook 2019, Office 365. They do different teams, a single course, and also business writing, editing, and proofreading. Next slide. They also do, which is extremely important, and I don't know if anyone on this call has noticed, but I think as a whole, the workforce in the community sometimes is lacking a lot of the customer service essentials. So we provide all these trainings for free. Facing confrontation in customer service, polishing your skills for excellent customer service, providing telephone customer service, and also a wide variety of problem-solving skills. Next slide. So what's your next move if you're interested as an employer, as an employee, or an individual looking for work? You would contact your local PA Career Link for further information. Once again, you need to be registered with the Pennsylvania Career Link to access any of these portals for the free training. I recommend, and I have the contact information if you would like it, an individual, his name is Jeff Dick. He is the site administrator for both our Cambria County Career Link and our Somerset County Career Link. And he's phenomenal as far as assisting employers, assisting anybody looking for work or training. This is the guy that you would want to go to. So I have his number. I can actually put it in the chat and share with everyone afterwards if need be. Next slide. And this is my contact information. If you have any questions, anything that you would like to know more about our Workforce Development Board, just give me a call, shoot me an email, whatever, and I'll try and point you in the right direction.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer, for sharing information about the Workforce Development Board and Career Link. So I have a link that I added here for Career Link, and then also another Pennsylvania resource funded by the Department of Community and Economic Development. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has created the opportunity for employers to train new and existing employees through the WEDNET PA program. Companies can apply online and select any WEDNET partner. So these training partners include state system universities, community colleges, and other educational providers. And if you have any questions about this program, please reach out to us and we can connect you with the right person across the state. Keeping in mind that their fiscal year begins again in July. So they're kind of at the end of their funding of the programs right now, but it's something to definitely look into if you're interested in training for your employees and some help with that financially. It's a fantastic program. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about PennTap. So the Pennsylvania Technical Assistance Program at Penn State, known as PennTap, is a statewide grant-funded organization housed within the Office of Industrial Partnerships at Penn State and is charged with supporting Pennsylvania businesses and anchor institutions, including manufacturers, municipalities, educational institutions, entrepreneurs, and economic development agencies. We began our work over 50 years ago as one of the first technical assistance programs in the country. PennTap has done a review of our impact for 2022. Through our partnerships and grant work, we've accounted for $11.4 million in economic benefits, educated over 1,000 individuals, and engaged over 220 students, completed work across 40 counties, closed out 99 client projects, of which 60% were projects within environmental justice areas. We also created or saved 85 jobs across Pennsylvania. PennTap has a diverse staff covering our energy and innovation services. Staff includes certified energy manager, lead green associate, professional geologist, Six Sigma green belts, chemical and electrical engineers, environmental scientist, and certified water efficiency professional. Our advisors work hybrid arrangements on campus, building strong relationships with the local campus faculty and staff, resource partners, and communities. We truly are statewide, and something I need to put a little plug in for right now. We're hiring in both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia right now. So if you're interested, the jobs are posted on the PSU career website. PennTap focuses on helping Pennsylvania businesses through two primary areas of expertise: energy and operational assessments, and university and innovation connections. Through these pillars, we strive to help increase your business success and drive economic growth in Pennsylvania. PennTap is a great first point of contact for finding assistance with your business's challenges and to engage with the university. It's important to note that due to our grant funding, most of our services are completed at no cost to the client. So our energy and environmental services offer direct assistance to companies to identify opportunities to reduce energy and pollution at their facilities. Manufacturers with fewer than 500 employees can benefit from a P2 E2 assessment, which can help your company minimize environmental or energy costs and reduce overall operating costs. An E3 assessment builds on what we do with the E2 by including lean training that focuses on energy and environmental issues. Again, this training is offered to your company at no cost. PennTap has again been chosen by the Department of Energy to host a 50,001 Ready cohort. We are looking for 5 companies to participate. The companies will participate in coaching sessions to complete the necessary 25 steps to becoming DOE 50,001 Ready. This is no cost program, and we plan to begin the next cohort in April. If you're interested in learning more, please reach out to us. Our innovation services provide technical and entrepreneurial assistance to companies to further product development, as well as to identify ways to assist companies and entrepreneurs with resources for growing their business. We connect companies with the faculty, students, laboratories, and infrastructure of Penn State. Your company may have a project that needs to progress, but you don't have the manpower to complete it. Students and faculty are a resource in your backyard. For over 3 decades, the Center for Supply Chain Research has built a community of researchers and leading organizations in both the private and public sectors. One of the largest and most prestigious academic concentrations of supply chain management research in the United States. A partner with the supply chain management industry poised to address contemporary business challenges and provide opportunities to network with and learn from fellow supply chain professionals and faculty experts. In the Applied Professional Experience Program, APEX, SMEAL students take on real business projects for client firms. By applying classroom knowledge to actual business challenges, students sharpen their professional abilities through impactful experiential learning. In return, their clients benefit from the fresh perspective and analytical skill of a talented, motivated team member. The consortium of co-op employers consists of companies that partner with Penn State Schuylkill. The companies offer internships and co-op experiences. Other opportunities to engage with students in a more hands-on way. Capstone courses are a requirement for graduation. Typically, the course is taken during a 4th or 5th year. An industry sponsor presents a design problem or challenge. Then a team of students will work for 15+ weeks to solve the problem for the company sponsor. Many of these programs are offered at no cost to the business. PennTap strives to establish and maintain relationships with faculty throughout the university. We know that students learn best when their learning is put to action. Working with industry partners, running Six Sigma analysis and lean implementation is a wonderful learning opportunity for a student. Classroom projects are available in engineering, business, food science, and many others across the state. We look at your technology and find resources specific to your needs. Penn State Continuing Education serves as the bridge between the community and the university by providing timely and relevant training and education to enhance the lives of our extended Penn State community and to stimulate economic growth. Training such as AutoCAD, digital marketing, supply chain, and nurse management certificates. If you're interested in learning about additive manufacturing and the hardware and software being used, you could visit the Idea Lab at PS Du Bois. The scanning and printing studio is open to entrepreneurs and metal manufacturers. You could possibly 3D print obsolete parts to your legacy equipment. Penn State Behrend offers training for non-traditional students, including professional development for workforce professionals, customizable corporate training for companies, continuing education credits, and workshops for the plastic industry. From injection molding principles to DOE to part design principles, your processes can be enhanced through seminars offered by the Plastics Training Academy at Penn State Behrend. Nittany Lion Consulting Group is dedicated to delivering value to the organizations and companies they serve. With students from a diverse range of majors and empowered by advanced training in consulting and management, the cross-functional teams come prepared to help your business meet the challenges of today's dynamic marketplace. They work with businesses of all sizes and across 3 divisions: commercial, nonprofit, and Penn State. The Farrell Center for Corporate Innovation and Entrepreneurship Experience-ship provides experiential internships for students by placing skilled students in Pennsylvania startups and other small businesses. Students will receive $4,500 for their participation over the summer, which gives the company approximately 10 weeks and 30 hours per week. Again, no cost to the company due to the generous funding provided to the Farrell Center. The Pennsylvania SBDCs, another partner of PennTap, are a nationally accredited program that provides educational training, business resources, and experienced no-cost confidential consulting to small business owners and entrepreneurs. The statewide network includes 15 centers and outreach locations to serve small businesses. So if you're looking to start a business, grow a business, or sell and buy a business, you should check out your local SBDC. The Penn State Launch Boxes and Innovation Network, another Penn State or PennTap partner, is comprised of 21 launch boxes and innovation spaces embedded within Commonwealth campus communities across the state. Each innovation space provides a wide array of no-cost resources needed by entrepreneurs and innovators. Of those, 18 locations are launch boxes providing specialized programs to launch startup companies. If your local innovation space doesn't offer what you need, you can access the statewide network. A few key takeaways and sustainable development goals for today's webinar. Lifelong learning provides opportunities. Supporting our local businesses will help sustain economic growth and support employment and work for all. When industry, Penn State resources, and economic development center partners together, responsible consumption and innovation can result. I want to take a moment to thank the U.S. Economic Development and Administration. This webinar was made possible because of the EDA's University Centers funding. Some upcoming industry roundtables. This spring, PennTap will host 2 industry roundtables focused on pollution prevention tools and training needs that are unique to metal manufacturing and fabrication, as well as food and beverage manufacturing. Understanding manufacturing priorities, challenges, successes, and concerns will help us craft a tailored P2 training program for these 2 industries, thanks to grant funding provided by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. The Metals Manufacturing and Fabrication Roundtable will be held at the Corner Lunchbox in New Kensington, PA on May 10th at 8 a.m. The Food and Beverage Manufacturing Roundtable will be held at Penn State Berks in Reading, PA, May 24th at 8 a.m. Stay on top of funding opportunities, so get your phone ready. university programs, and Penn Tap initiatives by signing up for our monthly newsletter. You can scan this QR code to send an inquiry to Penn Tap and sign up for our monthly newsletter. Thank you so much for your time today. I don't see any questions in the question and answer at this time, but feel free to reach out and ask us for any information related to this webinar, any links or any referrals that we can provide. Please reach out. Thank you very much for attending today's webinar, and I hope that you have a great day.